Peace, everybody, man. Welcome to today's episode 381 of the Confidence in the Klutch podcast with Donald Nelson on the Confidence in the Klutch network. Click that bell for notification. New content when I drop. New media. Energy is up. Health is wealth. I want to start off this pod with saying happy Juneteenth to everybody. I mean, all my black people, all my brown people. I mean, all my yellow people, all my red tone people, all my light, bright, almost white people. Everybody that comes from the diaspora in the world, man. This holiday is recognizing us here in the United States of America and everything we went through from the triangle trade and still standing here in this strong, regardless if it's only 36 to 43 million of us, it might be 60 million of us, you know what I mean, in this country, man, and underrepresented by the census and all that. Listen, man, we got through it. We went through it. You know, some people say we're 300 years behind, and that's how much time we need to catch up to all the things that was done to us in this country. But on June 19th, 1865, right, a year after the Civil War was over, those Union Army soldiers got to the last plantation in Texas and said, y'all free. Y'all ain't got to do this no more. Y'all ain't got to do this no more, man. So, you know, which put us into another hell, right? But not the hell that slavery was. There was another hell. Then you get Jim Crow and laws and sharecropping and, you know, where you gonna move. And it was a crime for a black man to not have a home, but he couldn't buy a home. You know what I mean? Put us in jail. Then the plantation owners, because they didn't have free labor no more, can go to the jail and work inmates to death and then just go to jail and rent another one another day. You know what I mean? Like, man, shit didn't stop with slavery with us. You know what I'm talking about? But, you know, where we've come from and where we need to go still is always going to be a struggle. So, you know, this blackness don't rub off. I love being black. I wouldn't want to be any color, any race, any ethnicity in the world but black, but what I am right now. And shout out to our ancestors that paved the way for us to do what we do today. Because without them and their courage and their strength and their wherewithal and knowledge and rhythm to move through this country to fight for freedom, and, you know, we wouldn't be here. So shout out to the ancestors, man, for this. But happy Juneteenth to everybody that support. This is a holiday for everybody. This is just not, only black people can support. No, put on your dashikis. Ain't no cultural misappropriation, because I see black people on St. Patrick's Day in green and shit. They wearing Halloween costumes. They doing everything. They got Pride stuff on, you know what I'm saying, during Pride Month or whatever. So, you know, they out there on Cinco de Mayo eating tacos, you know what I mean? So you do what you want to do. As long as you do everything with class, it's all good, man. Like, you know what I mean? This is for everybody to celebrate the last enslaved Africans in this country learning that they were free. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's it. Salute. Now, let's get into this basketball, yo. Hey. Yeah. Shout out to the Celtics, baby. We can talk about it. We're going to get to it. First off, we want to start off with RIP to Jerry West, the logo, Mr. Klutch. One title with the Los Angeles Lakers, I believe 72. 9 finals appearances. He was an all-star in every year of his 14-year illustrious career. The only player to win finals MVP for a losing team. He was part of 5 titles as the GM of the Los Angeles Lakers and the Lake Show Showtime. He got 1 title in 2000, the first one with the Lakers with Shaquille O'Neal and then Kobe Bryant and Phil. Derek Fisher, keep it real, you know the deal. Always pack that steel, doing what I got to do, never run up a hill. I bust back, let him know I ain't with that. Click, clack, empty out the thing. No. As an advisor to the Clippers, Warriors, and Grizzlies, right? Jerry West has supplanted each of those organizations and made them better than before he was there. And better when he left there. He was NBA Executive of the Year 2 times. In college, he was national runner-up in 1959. For West Virginia, Olympic gold medalist in 60, He did it all. The logo, Mr. Klutch, man. I mean, Bill Walton, we salute him. We lost him a couple weeks ago. Mr. Jerry West, we lost him last week. Salute. Huh? Let's do it the right way. Take a moment of silence for Jerry West and his family, man, his loved ones. Back to it. Let's do it. Charles Barkley says that the 2024-2025 NBA season will be his last. Now, pressure bust pipes in certain situations. I believe that losing the TNT, not gaining that NBA package and losing that is what has propelled Barkley to say, "Hey, man, I'm out of here." We all knew that. Watched anyway. He got his grandson, and he ain't trying to be out here like that. Barkley in his 60s, man. He like, man, I'm out. I mean, I done did everything I needed to do. So we can see him doing other things. Now, he was talking that production company stuff, and everybody signed with him, but it's not good. When the commissioner of the league comes out and says, you know, man, damn near apologizing, like, man, this ain't a good feeling that Barkley want to leave and all that. We got to do better. This shit is drug out too long, and he don't know what's going on, so he want to hit it. Like, man, it's messed up because Barkley said, I'm only doing TV with Turner. I ain't going to ESPN. I ain't going to NBC. I ain't going to Amazon. So the writing's on the wall. You know what I'm saying? He just finished up his 25th year, so 26 years, man. Chuck, man, TNT inside the NBA. It ain't gonna be the same without him, but we knew he was going to be leaving. You know what I mean? We're gonna have people to fill his place, but there's never gonna be another Chuck inside the NBA. So this next season, I expect it to be just a great one, man, because it's their last one anyway for all four of them. So, man, we're gonna see what's cracking. All right. Shout out, salute to the Boston Celtics for winning the chip last night, man. Game 3, man, listen. I was like, Kristaps got a rare injury. What? Dallas should have won game 2. Wait a minute. Now the Mavs really got a shot in game 3. I'm like, the Celtics is 5-1 with him and 9-1 without him in the playoffs. I'm like, shit, we balling, right? Shit. Little did I know. Not so much, right? It was a back and forth close game. Tatum had 20 at the half. Kyrie had 20 at the half. Balling out of control, right? But a 35-19 third quarter with the Celtics, right? Tatum and Brown scoring 22 points in the third quarter. The Mavs only had 19. Y'all know the vibe, right? Dallas got down 21. Part of a Boston 20-5 run. They wanted a 22-2 run to get it closer. But my thing is, it was the Luka. It was the Luka messing up and all that shit. Not understanding Kai is hot, get on the ball and all that. He got to be smarter. He taking fouls at half court throughout early in the game. But he tried to take a charge on a perimeter with 4:12 left, right? So the foul before that was dumb. When Jaylen tried to get around him and he hooked him, like, it was just dumb. You know what I mean? And it was a wrap. He yelling at the bench, talking crazy. That Derek White 3 with 2:42 left put Boston up 6. It was over. The stat of the game that I was looking at there's 2 that jumped out at me. 3-point field goal percentage. Boston was 17-46, 37%. Dallas 9-25, 36%. So we're looking at 24 more points from the tray ball line. Now points in the paint as well. Dallas killed Boston in the paint, but we stopped giving it to Kyrie to let him do his thing. They was 52-36. So Jaylen Brown had 6 in the first half, game 3, 24 in the second. Kai 28 points in games 1 and 2 combined, 35 in this game. Like, he has to play like game 3. You got away from Boston, you got back home with your people. Role players play better, but Luka got to understand when it's not your game to let Kai cook. He could have had 50 that game. But his inability to play defense the way he needs to and all that crying and whining over every call and not getting back and transition defense is fucked up is killing the Mavs. It killed the Mavs. And Luke and Kyrie can't have, I told y'all the games 1 and 2, they can't have single-digit assists combined because that's not enough creation for each other. These other people can't create for y'all like that. Y'all got to create for them like that. Brown and Tatum have 14 assists. Do the math, right? Boston went on a 13-9 run. When Luka fouled out, it was over. Boston is 10-1 without Porzingis this offseason, right? This play season. So I'm thinking going to game 4, Boston is your time, right? Not so much because the Mavericks won that game 122-84. It was Kai to the hole easily the first basket of the game. Then Luka to the hole easily the basket of the game. I'm like, oh shit. Luka got 13 in the first quarter. Tatum had 11 in the first quarter. 58 to 38% field goal percentage. 16 and 6 rebounding edge for the Dallas Mavericks. I'm like, yeah, it's finna be one of these games. Halftime 61 to 35 Dallas. Best player on the floor. Luka Doncic had 25, 3 and 4. Like, yo, this shit is over. You know what I mean? 29 to 52% field goal percentage, 29 and 13 rebounds. That is it in the story of the game. That was all that needed to be said for that game. Now, the Mavs out-rebounded Dallas that game 52 to 31 and outscored the Celtics 60 to 26 in points in the paint. It is what it is. But the whole piece of the game is the playing with pace. Not Luka controlling and playing his pace, going at the Celtics at the heart of their defense, finishing at the basket and doing that thing they need to do. Luka pushed the ball. He pushed it out and was doing his thing. But we all know it's a make-or-miss league, and it came down to making shots. And what did Dallas do? Made shots. They led by as much as 48. Now, can we say the Celtics looked a little gas? They could have looked a little gas, but they were playing, and they knew the stakes for when it came down to, we can sweep these cats. Dallas wasn't trying to get swept, right? Now, with the game being out of control, Luka had 25 or 29 in the first half. What shit they could do with it? Luka and Kai had 11 assists, double-digit assists. I told you, that's all good. That's what we needed to have. Hardaway Jr. played well, given the opportunity. He was making his shots. Of course, you playing against the second team. You weren't doing this against Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. You know what I mean? Derek White, but you came and did what you need to do. Dante Exum gave them 10 off the bench. It was like, okay, y'all playing against their B team, y'all B team, look like it can handle that. But I was hoping with Tim Hardaway Jr., it wasn't every other game he going to perform and play good, because y'all got to go back to Boston for game 5 with the chip on the line down 3-1. This game was a total blowout from the jump. That ain't the same. So, once again, those Celtics is a team that live by the 3 and die by the 3. In this game, the Celtics shot 34% from the tray, while the Mavs shot 40% from the tray. However, the Celtics was plus 24 from 3. They ain't playing. They going to put it up. They're going to put it up, right? The end score of the game was closer than the game was. Like I said, they led by as much as 48, right? So what this set up last night, game 5. Salute, congratulations, everything to the Boston Celtics for winning their 18th championship, 106 to 88. You feel me? 106 to 88, man. First quarter jumped out to a 10-point lead, 28 to 18 Boston. Porzingis played. We didn't know with that rare injury if he was going to play because he missed the last 2 games. Brown and Tatum had 2 points and was 1 of 9 in the first 9 minutes of the half. But the Celtics found their mojo in the last 3 minutes of the half. They ended it on a 9-0 run, and Tatum and Brown got in the passing lanes, stealing cats, ball at half court, making passes, open trays, layups, all that. So it was balling, right? So Boston was pushing the ball, controlling the pace of the game, driving deep, all by the rim, kicking out for trays. Boston was taking easier shots last night. You know how I said Jayson Tatum makes shots harder than he has to take. Boston was taking easier shots, and Dallas was forced to take harder shots due to Boston's defense. And I'm like, man, yo, it was just a flip-flop of what the fuck been going on to a certain degree with Boston and Dallas, how they were doing, because Dallas was finding it very hard to get to the lane situationally throughout the series, but you know what I mean? Kyrie can get up in there, Luke can get up in there. They get up in there and go to the teeth of the shit. Throw that shit up to Lively and Gafford, and it's all good. But man, when Derek White went to steal that ball, and Flocka hit his face on the ground, damn, that shit was hard as fuck. 1 chip, two loose, like, man, you know what I mean? Like, he might as well get veneers, but man, he might just want his shit fixed. But man, like the veneers, it might be time anyway. Man, but he's like you said, I lose all my T4 shit. Peyton Pritchard come out at the end of the quarter. They put him in just for that shit. I said, it's a wrap. This shit is over. It's 64-46 a half. It's over. You know what I mean? Tatum adjustment in this game went from making his tough shots to taking the easy shots. You know what I'm saying? It's just easy, man. Halftime, Boston made 10 trays. Dallas made 6. All right, so we up 12 from there. Fast break points, 10-2 Boston. Rebounds, 23-16 Boston. Points in the paint, 30-24 Boston. Turnovers, 2-8 Boston. Points off turnovers, 11-2 Boston. It was just Boston. Boston, balling out. What you want to do was word of mouth. Catch him in the dirty south. Let this nigga know what I'm talking about. Midwest on mine. I'm about my grind. If she fine, she gonna blow my mind. Doing what she want to do. Hope she fine. Always in the grind. It's grind time, nigga. Grind time. Hey. All right. Fourth quarter, Boston. I'm like, yo, y'all still picking up full court? I mean, like, just the Mavericks came back. It was 86-78 at the end of the third quarter, right? So they was getting close. They put the shit within 8. But Boston picking up full court, and they was at 102-78 because they just kept on going on runs. I love Kyrie's class when they took him out at the end of the game. He goes and hits up all his mans he played with in Boston when he was there, when he was subbed out. Gave everybody hugs. Okay then, cuz. And that was it, man. Listen, Tatum had 31, 8, and 11. Jaylen Brown had 21, 8, and 6. Drew had 15, 11, and 4 for the motherfucking 2024 NBA champions, Boston Celtics, cuz. Luka had 28, 12, and 5. Kai had 15, 3, and 9, and Green had 14 off the bench, man. It is what it is. Points in the paint, man. Both teams at 42. Second chance points. Boston won at 11-6. Boston won damn near everything except for bench points, 25-16. You know, it was just a good game. Like, this is the first championship for Boston in 16 years, the 18th banner, like I said. Jaylen Brown won the Bill Russell's Finals MVP. Boston was the better team in the whole series, but Dallas had their chance to make it a better series. This series really could be going back right now, 3-2 going back to Dallas. That's how close it was at times. They just fumbled the bag. Jaylen Brown overall had better games than Jayson Tatum. You know what I mean? And he took the Luka assignment out the gate. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Tatum and Brown last night had 52, 16, and 17 the game. Luka and Kai had 43, 15, and 14. Them points, couple creation opportunities. It is what it is, but motherfuckers doubted Tatum and Brown for a minute. You know what I mean? When they lost to Golden State, motherfuckers looking like, man, maybe we need, before that day, maybe we need to split them up. Hell no. Not two young cats like that, but they just didn't know. Now they've come into their own. Like, this is like, we'll never know. We're not on the inside. But it didn't look like your turn, my turn shit. You know what I'm saying? It looked like we just balling. I'm playing for you and you playing for me. That's the difference in your turn, my turn. They got it done together and not alone. That means a lot. Brothers gonna work it out. End of the game, Tatum sitting there. Deuce ran up to his leg. Tatum trying to gather his thoughts, grab his baby and put him up in the confetti falling down. Man, that was priceless. Almost brought me to tears. You know what I'm saying? During the game, I'm watching Al Horford. Al Horford playing like, motherfucker, we winning tonight. I'm getting this motherfucking chip. You know what I'm saying? In his 17th year, he's playing just super hard and super tough and doing everything. We ain't losing tonight. Just play like me. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. You know, Joe Mazzulla is a different cat for different cats, right? But he came the fuck up off of Ime's indiscrepancies, motherfucker, fucking with that lady. Like, however, like I said, mad motherfuckers was hating on Joe, but he earned his stripes because they talking about his rotation, his defensive strategy last year. He lost to the Heat in 7 last year. But remember, Tatum went out that game in the first few minutes with a sprained ankle and didn't play in that game 7. With Tatum, they beat Miami. I know that for a fact. You know what I mean? But what y'all gonna say now to Joe? And you see, he didn't put on a championship shirt. His shit said, what did it say? Damn. Like, first thing, I want to thank God. That's what it says. Some shit like that, right? That's what he on. He's a Christian. He one of them. He got cross bracelets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what he on. He do what he do. Ain't nobody mad at dog. He fixed shit, grabbed Sam as the lead assistant, and the rest is history. So for everybody that was hating on dog, that's cool. But he a championship motherfucking coach now. Fuck y'all. You know what I mean? And I want to shout out Joe Mazzulla for bringing up all those people that came before us. Post-game, he used to bringing it up. On the stage, he tried to bring it up a little bit. Probably didn't know if it was the proper time to give it up to the cast that was there. But post-game on NBA TV, was it ESPN. He talked about Ime on ESPN. Ime, Danny, Brad. Love that for all the people that came before him and was doing jobs that would assist him, and he was there for that. I love that. Ime gets credit for this. I mean, he was there. Now, being I'm a Milwaukee representative from the mill, fucking Bucks. Like, I'm sorry, Boston. Y'all got to wait for a minute, man. The fucking Bucks. We let Drew go like he wasn't fucking enough. I understand we can get Dame Lillard. I get that shit. But context is everything, man. Y'all let Drew go to Portland. Y'all didn't think a contender was going to grab him from Portland if they got rid of Dame? Dog, we can get Dame. But you know, if we give up Drew, somebody else might be able to get Drew. They might be in our conference. That's the risk we're going to take. Okay, then. Love that then for y'all if that's what y'all going to do. He gave Boston experience. He made them better. He was the missing piece. We all love Marcus Smart, but Drew Holiday's better than Marcus Smart. You know what I mean? That move got them the chip, though. Y'all know that, right? Is it better? Is it safe to say that Malcolm Brogdon won? Yeah, that move got them the chip. Brad Stevens, your legacy is cemented. You couldn't get it done as a coach. You wanted to focus on your family. You stepped down. You hired the right coach. He got into trouble. You trusted another coach. You believed in him. He brought a championship back to Boston on your watch. You did the orchestrator of all that shit, man. Shout out to you, Brad. You know what I mean? Now, I can't wait to see how you keep the shit going, but everybody signed down there. Your main core is coming back, so it's just about keeping motherfuckers healthy, and we know health is a little bit of luck. You know what I mean? So I love that for Brad, because Brad seems like a good guy. We know what happened with the email shit that we didn't like, but you know what I'm saying? It still fuck Boston for the email shit as an organization, because y'all put that brother out there bad like that and shit. Like when that was the HR issue and the white lady get to skate and their family cool, but Nia Long and her son and Ime got to go through all the tabloid shit. So that's why she's suing y'all, and y'all need to get sued for that. That's HR. Ime want to say why he got fired. That's up to him. We ain't saying nothing. We don't speak on personnel matters. Y'all had to go out there with the press conference like, yeah, it was consensual, but he wouldn't stop, basically, type shit. So what are you doing? Asking, yeah, baby, I want to fill your bums. I want to motorboat you. Like, what the fuck is... I ain't like that. So, but the players, love. Congratulations and well done. You know what I'm saying? Brown and Tatum, 107 career playoff games without a chip. That was the most in history. Now that's someone else's record. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody else going to get that bitch. 186 for Al. Another record to someone else now. My nigga, he got a chip, right? Kristaps Porzingis, you earned it. You know what I mean? He soldiered up. He soldiered the fuck up playing Game 5 while needing surgery on that rare injury, a torn medial retiniculum, allowing dislocation of the posterior tibialis tendon in his left leg. I might have mispronounced all that shit. Derek White sacrificed his body for this shit, losing teeth. You know what I'm saying? All this shit. I mean, yeah, I don't know why Bell texted me. Hold up. Bell. Yeah, go ahead. Why you text me that? You got the thing to the car, the key to the car, you know? Yeah, but the keys to the car is over. You know where it is, Bella.
I know where it is. I just want to make sure it was okay with you.
Bella, I'm recording. So, yeah, you go to the car. Where am I? Derek White sacrificed his body. Luka, the first player to lead playoffs in points, rebounds, assists, steals. Damn. So that had to be a total, not an average, right? It's total because he played longer than all them other teams, right? Kyrie, now we know Kyrie didn't play as well as in Boston as he did in Dallas. We know he was 0-12 against the Celtics. Now he's 1-13, right? So it's cool. But that crowd, and he was talking about it, tied to the Celtic culture or the cult culture of the Celtics, made it tough along with the switching perimeter D. Because Kyrie is a monster, you know what I'm saying? But it's just something about that Dallas that he couldn't get through. Going back to how we got Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown with Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, for Boston to get picks to draft Brown and Tatum in back-to-back drafts from the 2013 trade of Pierce and Garnett to Brooklyn, who won a title 16 years ago to the day, yesterday, when Boston won it. It's a full circle moment, man. Thank you to Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to working out something with Danny Ainge to get him up out of there, but making sure the team could be in a great position to make moves in the future. Look at what they did. I believe Tatum and Brown both are 26. They younger than Jordan and Brown when they got their first chip. 15-3 in the playoffs this year. They won 81 games or something like that. Man, you know what I'm saying? Balling. All right, let's talk about it. Next for the Celtics. Sign Tatum, right? He's going to get $326 million or something like that. So him and Jaylen making over $300 million both. Run it back. Mazzulla has to have surgery on the torn meniscus because he suffered in March, he said, in the game in Atlanta. KP will have surgery on that rare injury he has. And that's it. We just got to, if they can sign somebody. If not, they got everything rolling. We know injuries is what it is. Now for the Mavs, they went 50-32. They were 5th in the West and made it to the Western Conference, made it to the finals, 5th in the West. Luka was the regular season scoring champion. Now Dallas as a franchise 1-2 in the finals. They won the 2011 title. 6 of their top 7 scorers are signed through 25-26. Hardaway Jr. has 1 year left on his deal. So we'll see what they can do with that. All right. Shout out to the Celtics, man. All right, let's jump into the WNBA. What we got? WNBA news. All right. Last week, the Lynx went into Las Vegas and beat the Aces 186. Like, the Aces clearly are missing Chelsea Gray, a Hall of Famer. I mean, we already know she's a Hall of Famer. Like, the lower leg injury is 9 to 10 months in recovery form. So I see her walking around. She don't look like she got a limp. But it's a lower leg injury. We don't know what it is, but I hope it's healing and we can get her back after the Olympics because she sets the tone defensively, creates for others, and is their second best player right there with Asia. Like man, listen, Chelsea, man. Chelsea a motherfucker, man. But this shows how fragile their depth is and how in the NBA you may be able to absorb one of your best players being injured. WNBA can't because you don't have the roster spots. You know what I mean? And the Aces carrying 11. They're not even carrying that for that 12 because, you know, it come down to money and all that stuff too. So, many teams wouldn't be able to compete at the same high level if their second best player was out with an injury. You know what I mean? Nafisa Collier, she looks very good. Asia 28-8, and Asia playing at the MVP level. Her post game, when you watch Asia Wilson, can be studied by younger players, man. The way she moves, her post position, where her hands is, her footwork is fucking phenomenal, man. But the footwork and position is class A. We watched the Mystics go into the A and get their first win of the season, 87-68. Ariel Atkins at 18. We see the Storm smack around the Sparks, 95-71, 85-79. Nneka Ogwumike had 26-8. And all this shit last week, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I missed because I didn't record to now. All this Caitlyn Clark, Team USA, not earning a spot. Was she not left off? Bullshit. Ogwumike never played for Team USA. She the MVP, right? She's the only MVP that never played for the Team USA. So what? And Candace Parker was left off 1 year with all the Connecticut shit, which is mad egregious. So basketball versus marketing, purity versus greed. Shit will happen naturally when it's supposed to, but yeah, I mean, I get the people that want her on, but you have to write your own opinion out your own facts, and she's not better than nobody else, and then you got to take somebody off. Now, we know Chelsea Gray is hurt. Somebody else might be hurt, might not make that trip, but then their leadership still might be more important than what Caitlyn can get them. I don't know, but ain't nobody tripping off that shit. So we see the Fever beat the Dream 91-84. And my thing is, what the fuck is going on with the Dream? They losing to everybody now. Aaliyah Boston at 27-13. Now, here's what people need to be more worried about. Aaliyah is the best player on the Fever. It's not Caitlyn Clark. Everything should be centered around her inside-outside game. That's the thing. They center in the coach is fucking up by trying to make this the Caitlyn Clark show and letting her do all this shit. When she get her off the ball, y'all got another point guard, run her on some picks, but put her in actions with Aaliyah Boston. Listen, man. Caitlyn Clark on Friday tell all the punk motherfuckers to not use her name to push their agenda. Now, this is after she said, I don't see the shit that's going on. I barely be on social media. And then, was it Dejanay Carrington of The Sun said, come on, B, this is really convenient for you not to say something about shit. Man, having that mute button is cool type shit, right? And then, you know, Caitlyn came out and said, don't use her name to push their agenda, which was smart as fuck. Listen, the race baiters can't use Caitlyn Clark. She's saying stop using my name to push y'all bullshit agendas. But we all know the obvious difference is Caitlyn playing in the suburbs to coming in the city with the black girls. That's all the intersectionalities of what we talking about here? We talking about race, class, possibly gender, sexuality, and how all that shit is intertwined, right? Like, and all the hate that can spew because you don't like certain things in the name of Caitlyn Clark. You know what I mean? It's just so, you know, man, it's news, but it's not newsworthy because we got other shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We got other shit to talk about than everything Caitlyn Clark. But, you know, there's always going to be some shit going on because of the media storm she creates just because of who she was and how special she was as a college athlete. If we didn't know Caitlyn Clark and the way she's playing right now in the WNBA and she came from overseas right now, of course we would not be focused on her play and what happens with her because she didn't come with all that into the W. But that's not what it is. In reality is we have to talk about it, but talk about it respectfully, with a purpose, and not take it to the point that the other ladies feel like people call them jealous because ain't nobody doing that. I don't call them vindictive, none of that shit. We all know that other people have paved the way for her to get there, but it is that time of that new wave coming in. So you can't stop the sun from shining. So that new wave is coming in. These motherfuckers is here. So it's competition, and that's all people got to understand. This is competition. Yeah, now we got, instead of having girls that may look a little non-feminine as these girls coming in, right? Don't mean it ain't still a thing. It's still basketball. So no matter how feminine you look, how unfeminine you may look, it's still basketball. We there to watch the game. Now, if you don't want to watch the unfeminine girls play, you want to watch the feminine girls play. That's different. Feminine-looking girls play and the non-feminine-looking girls play. That's a different conversation we can have. You know what I'm saying? It was ever easy on the eyes for you while they playing the game. That's a preference, and you have a right to your own preferences. You feel me? Sunday, we see the Phoenix Mercury beat. Phoenix Mercury beat the Storm 87-78. Brittany Griner had 28-9 and 2. Kalia Copper had 30, 3 from 7 from trey ball line. Hey, yo. Now that Brittany is back, right? She been home a year. She healthy. Phoenix is going to be scary as fuck. Now, here's the problem that I don't like about the WNBA, and I can't wait for them to get more teams, is because scheduling comes into play with the W with how teams get L's, right? Because the Storm might have caught them if they didn't play at wherever they was the previous night before or Friday, whatever, right? But they play each other, and they play each other so often, it's just like, whatever, I can't get up for this game. But I will say this, from the Mercury side, they can win the chip, they can win the title this year. Now, y'all know is aces on mine because I'm Asia Wilson, Becky Hammond, Chelsea Gray, Angel Young, Kelsey Plum all day. Like, that's just it. But the Mercury can win this title this year because they got enough and they can send DT off in style. That Olympic break, they have 3 players playing in the Olympics, right? And the thing is, them getting better playing with other players, the team's dominance can get them rest in the Olympics that they can get. So we got to see how this go, though. But it also can backfire on them, and they can be too tired to finish because they got 3 players. We'll see. But I think they can win a chip, for real. Hey, yo. The Indiana Fever beat the Sky. They won 2 games back-to-back and shit. You know what I'm saying? Here we go again, though. It's always going on something with CC. I ain't even calling her Caitlyn Clark. She's CC. She in the hood. So Cece, right? Angel Reese tried to block her shot. Yes, she did. But she tried to block her with the emphatic swipe, like, blah, get that shit out of here. You know what I mean? She tried to send that shit in the rolls, not just block her shot. Right? She tried to throw her shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference in basketball. You can block somebody's shot, you can throw that shit. Get that shit out of here. I mean, everybody, you know what I'm saying, in basketball, you gonna say that shit. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. But she missed. You know what I'm saying? She missed and hit her in the motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, man, yeah. Anytime you make contact with the head, it's a flagrant foul. So there's nothing even to talk about. I tried. It's an accident. Yeah, but you hit her. I don't get it. It doesn't matter. Did she hit her in the head? Yes. Was it intentional? No. Was it a flagrant? Yes, that's it. Because you made contact with the head. It was a basketball play. It's cool though, but it was a basketball play. She just didn't just smack her in her shit. Just, you know what I mean? Because Caitlyn Clark came and pushed her off. She was trying to block her shit and send her shit in the crowd, man. Reese, Angel's really going with the villain role and shit. And I want to tell Angel, you ain't got to be the villain, baby. You ain't got to be the villain. Be Angel. Because I don't want you to get the persona or the reputation that you're just angry. You know what I mean? I don't want you to get that angry black woman moniker. But you have a right to your opinion, not your own facts. You say what the fuck you want to say. You think Caitlyn Clark get a special whistle? Okay, then certain motherfuckers, I'm sure it's more than her, getting special whistles in the league. I say superstar cats get superstar treatment because, Angel, I'm sure you get superstar calls too coming in. Remember, this just ain't about one person. It ain't about a few people. But yeah, there are going to be superstar calls for certain people, and Angel, you're there. Well, you get them calls too. I'm sure you do. I'm sure people will say, hey, she get the bullshit calls. It's a different whistle, situational, Angel. So I just want the villain role for you because I think you're a great player. And without you, we wouldn't be where the league would be as well. With all the people that came before you, that's setting the tone with you right now, and with you and this rookie class came in as top heavy as shit. You know what I mean? But we got... You know what I mean? The shit is going on in LA, so we're in a good place as far as the W goes, man. I just wish people just calm down a half a second and let this shit develop naturally, man. Let me know in the comments, man. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Enjoy your Juneteenth. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the streams. Thank you for the downloads. Thank you for the listens. As always, get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Listen to and follow Network on various platforms, confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube for those of you that want to watch. Click that bell for notification, new content when I drop. Search Confidence in the Clutch, man. Follow, share, rate, and review is important. Follow us on X and Instagram at KITK. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch. Weekly, Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, Deezy, Deezus, Deezos, Don P, Don D, Little D, Don Rilla, Digger, your host. The Confidence in the Clutch podcast with Donald Nelson. The Confidence in the Clutch podcast about sports, entertainment, music, culture, religion, politics, and society. Have a safe and healthy night. If you're listening during the daytime, create a great day on purpose. Let me ask y'all a question. If your man's in them when you're doing deals with, calls and say, hey, man, I need you to come. I'm going to the Hall of Fame. I want you to, my favorite song to come out with all the time is your song. And you go there, but they're talking about what you didn't do. That's hater shit. And the hip-hop 50th anniversary shit is subjective. And if Hov would have did it, he would have did the Rockefeller hip-hop 50th thing. And that shit would have been rocking. He would have got everybody that was at the other shit, and the other ones would have been there. So we can't say Hov is bullshit. He ain't fucking with hip-hop or none of that shit. He just chose to do his friend shit when he got retired. Because they breaking bread and they making deals, and that's it. That's it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So we all know what it is, man. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 and the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.